Healing does not come to an end. God places these people in our lives for a season, but we want to keep them forever. Sing khanang sing rula morwalo, right? Yeah. Welcome to my palace. Woo! We're finally doing it. Hi everybody, hey lovers and friends, welcome back to my palace. I am the female king Shady Basikanyaho. If you are seeing my pretty face for the very first time, hi and welcome, and I will give you until the end of the video to subscribe to my channel. And I'd like to take this moment to welcome you pretty faces to the very first episode of a 2K's perspective. This has been an idea for the longest time, and I thought to myself, why not today? Yes, we are shooting at night because, yeah, the house is less busy. So now is the best time to start shooting. For YouTube, has been such a long time since the last time I dropped content. And without further ado, let's get into the first episode. So today's episode in particular, I just wanted to talk about relationships, breakups, all of that business. We're gonna also talk about how I dealt with my breakup. I feel like there's just a wave of breakups this year. We were happy in the first half or in the first quarter of the year, and we had to say goodbye to our relationships that were not serving us anymore. And I think it's very important for us to now realize and accept when a relationship is no longer for us. Sometimes we hold on to seasonal relationships. God places these people in our lives for a season, but we want to keep them forever because why? We have made an obligation, maybe more of an agreement, or signed a contract, a spiritual contract with a version of them that we have envisioned. We not necessarily in love with who they are now, but in love with the versions of themselves that we see them in, which are the best versions of themselves, or maybe the versions of themselves that they presented to you when they wanted you to be their partner, and then a few months down the line you are seeing the direct opposite of what you met in the beginning. So I think it's important for us to just say, you know what, this is not meant for me, and that is okay. It's okay, even if a relationship is not that crazy. It doesn't have to be toxic for you to leave. If it's no longer serving you, it is okay for you to leave that relationship. If you don't want to receive what is being served, you simply decline it. Even at a restaurant, when they place something you did not order in front of you, you tell them that this is not what I ordered, and they kindly take it back to the kitchen and bring exactly what you ordered. Same applies with life. We must also have the same kind of mindset. If something is not for us, let it go before you turn it into something it's not. For starters, Mina, I was in a relationship for 4 years. It took me 4 years to get over this guy. What do I mean, 4 years? Sounds crazy, but yes, the entire duration of my relationship was a whole breakup. We were going through breakups majority of the time, so you can almost imagine that my breakup had a lot of bad times than good times, but I stayed in that relationship even after I knew Guti I don't belong there. 2 years into my relationship, I knew Guti this man does not see a future with me, but because the heart wants what the heart wants, I gave into that relationship. And I kept on going back until I couldn't go back. Yes, there's a saying, especially on social media, where people say go back until you cannot go back. Listen, not everybody has the heart to do that. Not everybody is strong enough to do that. And if when you feel like you cannot go back to that particular person, then don't go back. Don't go back. This thing of going back until you cannot go back is only for a few people. People like myself. I don't know how I fell for that guy, but I did. And when I fell for him, I fell hard, to a point where he'd do things that I was totally against but would forgive. Was that love healthy? No, it wasn't. If I'm going to constantly forgive you for doing things I don't like, I constantly tell you, I don't like 1, 2, 3, and you keep doing it and I keep forgiving it, what does that say about me? I always hear people talk about how when you forgive or cheating and all of that, you have no self-love. I don't know. I don't want to say I agree with that, because I absolutely don't agree with that. Self-love and the love you give to people are two different things. Are they linked? I don't know. I am yet to find out. I don't want to talk about things that I don't have a lot of knowledge in, but I do have an idea on it, because I've lived this life and I have what we call self-love. I mean, took me 4 years to get out of a relationship, but I eventually fell out of, not fell out of love before leaving. I was just present in the relationship, but the entire time I was no longer there. 2 years into the relationship, like I mentioned, I knew that this man does not see a future with me. And after our 4th anniversary, but I felt like I needed to leave the relationship now. That was my intuition telling me, listen here, you need to go now. So I don't want to be specific, when, né? But let me say 2 months before, yes, 2 months before the breakup, I went through a whole breakup without him knowing about it. I went through a whole breakup, bekunzima kumina, and nobody could notice because I'm very good at masking what I'm going through. But I went through a breakup, and I eventually got over the breakup, and then I was present again in my relationship. And luckily, the man I was with, hey Bantla, I don't want to badmouth him just because we're not together anymore. I just want to say, Guti, communication wasn't there. So even if I wasn't okay, he wasn't going to tell Guti, okay, you're not okay. So it just took me, I think, I don't know, this thing, if you believe in astrology, that there was just that wave in March where everybody was just going through a lot. Relationships were in the gara, but I can't remember what they call it in astrology. But yeah, it was just a heavy time. Then I was going through a breakup without my guy even breaking up with me. Previous guy, sorry. So yeah, it was just crazy times. And then came the day where he broke up with me. So we were okay. We were okay. We were not fighting. Everything was just okay. Our relationship was at its healthiest. I want to say that because I have no other word to describe it as. We were not fighting as much. But prior to him breaking up with me, there was a time where um I called him via video call. Just wanted to talk to my man. And he was just in the dark. And I asked him to switch on the light, and he wasn't having it. And I reminded him that he had said that he was going to video call me earlier that day, and he didn't. So I would like us to have our video call now. And he was just not having it, and he said Ngamsinda. So when he said that, I was just like, I just had a great day today. And I understand that you were going through whatever you were going through today or on that particular day. But it does not mean you have to ruin my day as well. I called you because I wanted us to spend time together or even have a decent conversation. It doesn't even have to last for 10 minutes. But English, I think I'm going to loosely translate it. I was heavy on his spirit. That's exactly what he said to me, and that's exactly how I felt he meant it. And so in that moment, I was like, my hands are tied. Hey, bareng ka Setswana, sengkhanang sengrola morwalo, right? Yeah, something somewhere lapho. He said that, and I was like, okay. So in that moment, I was disturbed, and then I texted his friend because his friend knows him better. And then I asked him, I didn't even say who. I just said, what does it mean when somebody says Uyangsinda? Because I didn't want to misinterpret. Wow, I did not want to misinterpret this person. So the friend immediately knew what I was asking because he said that to me. And then he was like, I don't know why he said that to you. And then I just kept on pressing on the fact that I want to know what it means, because yabo, I already know what it means. I knew at that moment what it meant, but I just wanted somebody else to say something else, so that I don't believe what I already know. Yeah, it happens in relationships that you don't want to believe what you see. So, hey, Bandla. And then he confirms exactly what I said, I was heavy on his spirit, so fast forward to the breakup. He sends me this long paragraph. I was doing my hair on that particular day. Sends me this long paragraph. So from my notification bar, I could only see the first half of the not even the first half, first few lines of the breakup text. But the first few lines don't give this is a breakup. No, in my head, I'm thinking, oh, he's venting. He's not okay. Let me read it and give him some attention. As I'm reading this thing, I realize, oh, this is a breakup. I can remember till today that this man said, I have fallen out of love with you. It's not a process, it has already happened. So he goes on to say, oh no, it has been a month. Because I asked him, okay, a month. A month is 30 days or 31 days, or in the likes of February, 28 days, 29 days. So if you're going to say it has been a month, it means, 28 to 31 days. But with you, you're saying it's 10 days ago. 10 days ago was on my birthday. So on my birthday, he was just experiencing falling out of love with me 10 days ago. 10 days ago was his exact words. So for me, when he said that, I was just like, you know what, this person is no longer worth it. I blocked him on that particular day and just decided to go on a whole healing journey. My favorite thing to do, to heal. Because in that time, your heart could be harboring resentment and you're not even aware of it. Your heart could be holding on to so much and you're not even aware of it. Because when you let go, in the moment you feel like, get right. But maybe you are just sweeping things under the carpet. And for me, I wasn't really sweeping things under the carpet. Remember, I've been going through a breakup for 4 years. My whole relationship was a whole breakup session. So I was continuously going through a breakup. So I got used to the fact that he leaves and comes back. But this time around, it's different because I don't want him back. And the words, I have fallen out of love with me, are already tattooed in my head, which there's no love here. So when he decides to come back, what exactly will he be fixing? So this is what I want you to think about if ever you are thinking about taking back an ex-partner. What exactly is he coming back or she coming back to fix? What was the state of your relationship when you guys broke up? Did it had a fighting chance or not? These are some of the questions that you have to ask yourself. You don't always have to fix something. Certain relationships are seasonal. You don't have to always fix it. You just have to let it go. Yes, in his cats, we just like forcing things, even when God says no. Even when God says no, we want to keep going. We continuously want to take the pen from God and rewrite our fate. It cannot happen like that. Invite God into everything that you do. Even if you don't believe in God, but whatever you believe in, invite it into your problems, invite it into your relationships, invite it into everything that you're doing. So that at the end of the day, you know whatever you're doing, it is led by God. And for me, my healing was beautiful because God was at the center. Continuously calling on God when things did not make sense, and in all of that, in my healing, a new beginning started. Yes, from the breakup, a new healing. I mean, a new journey started, a new chapter opened. But in my healing came along this peace, peace that surpasses all understanding, joy from God. And in everything that was happening in my life, there was peace. Cyclone, in the center of it, it's hukam, hauna chaos. That's exactly how it felt with me. There was chaos. My heart wanted just peace. It didn't even want my previous relationship because we were done with that. We were done with that. And then God said, ta-da! God said, ta-da! Try this one. And multiple guys came through. And I was just talking to multiple men at the time. Some of them were giving me a lot of, a lot of icks. And for me, if I am telling you that I don't like something, I'm expecting you to stop doing it. And there are those guys who just like persisting in things you don't like. They think you are playing hard to get, but that is you drawing a boundary. And if you're not going to respect boundaries that I've put out there, it means you will never respect me. So I had to now develop a strong fist, and you're going to be out of my life with immediate effect, especially if I've given you 2 warnings. The third one, you are out. You're out because you clearly don't listen. So as you are healing, remember that there will come different kinds of men. They will come, Abana, they will come in their numbers. But what do you want? Are you still looking for your ex in a new person? Or are you trying to move forward? Healing does not come to an end. As you meet these different guys, you need to remember you've got values. Think about the things that you don't want. Don't immediately look for those things. And the most important thing, especially for ladies, don't tell men what you are looking for. Let them be themselves and then decide based on that if you want that man to be yours. And that has worked in my favor, and I have managed to serve them. I don't want you, I want you, maybe there's something there, maybe there's nothing there. So in everything that I've done so far, it has led me to kindness. It has led me to gentleness. It has led me to God-fearing people. It has led me to love. It has led me to places where I never thought I would be. I did not think that I'd wake up one day and not feel anything for the man I thought I would spend my forever with. It does happen. It will take time. Like I said, 4 years, entire duration of my relationship to get over one person. 4 years and a few months. Don't rush yourself. You are not missing out on anything, especially when you're trying to heal from something that broke you. Sometimes it didn't even break you. It was a great relationship. You guys were not compatible. It happens. It happens. When you try to detach, don't be too hard on yourself. Start first by accepting the situation for what it is. Don't think about what it could have been. Just accept it for what it is. And not only in relationships, but also in your work life. And whatever you do, accept things for what they are. Don't try to change it if it cannot be changed. And also, if the situation is not changing, God is using the situation to change you. I am not going to sit here and say, no, I'm not going to talk about God because some of my subscribers don't believe in God. I believe in God. This is a channel made by a person who believes in God. So if we are not equally yoked on that level, maybe there are other creators for you. But here I will keep on mentioning God, and especially on a 2K's perspective. So if this is not your cup of tea, try my other videos. They don't speak much about God. But here, especially this particular episode, we are talking about healing, relationships, and unfortunately I couldn't heal without God. And yeah, man, I think we are drawing closer to the end of this video. If you have not liked, if you have not subscribed until this far, please do me some justice. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it with your friends and family. Who knows, somebody on your timeline or even in your contacts could be going through a breakup and might need a few words of encouragement. For me, I'm gonna leave you with a verse, a scripture, Mark 5 verse 36, and Jesus says, Jesus said, don't be afraid, just believe. I feel like after those multiple breakups, I'd find myself fearing to move on. I tried moving on. you know. But Inhlizio wanted him. I think my heart and my mind signed a contract with the I don't know who, maybe with his heart, maybe, I don't know. Go see forever and always, always and forever rather. But yeah, I've reached a point where I'm like, this life without him is better. This life without him and with other people is better. I did not lack in that relationship, and I want you to say the same thing. I did not lack. I am not lacking. In fact, I am favored. That is your affirmation for today or tonight or for whenever you are listening or watching this. Say it. I am favored, because you are. Just because something did not work out, it does not mean it's the end of the world. Pour into yourself. Love on yourself. Give yourself the love that you wanted to give that other person. I promise it's not going to hurt you. Somebody will find you there. And maybe in the next episode I'll get into where I am now, because I've only touched on the breakup and the healing. Moving on is beautiful, honestly, especially when you found somebody who is on the same level. Now you guys are just on the same level. You equally yoked. You on the next episode. Thank you so much for watching until the end of this video. I will see you on the next episode of a 2K's perspective from me, Shady Basiri. I'll see you next time. I love you. Bye.